Hello and welcome to another episode of the Construction Corner podcast. I'm Dylan. I'm your host. And today, guys, we are going to be talking about um, building connections, building locally, and some type of business development. So, one of the things that I've been um, maybe a little distracted on, maybe a little disconnected from the last few years, and some of it's been honestly for me is in making a decision, coming to a final decision on where I want to be, where I want to grow, and what that ultimately looks like. So, with Cowbung Studios in particular, like I don't have to be in any specific location. It's software. Really, we can go wherever. Right? We don't have clients, job sites, anything like that that we're going and visiting. Then with vertical design services and engineering firm, that's a little more hands-on, but we're already national. We're already doing work in 4 states. So with soon to be, many more that we're working in. With that, where we're located, where an office is, attracting people to it is going to matter. And I've just for the last number of years been hesitant on really picking. We've just stayed where we are. We like the area that we're in of California, and it's one of those deals of yeah, the taxes are high, but again, there's a lot of business in California. We like where we live, and it's one of those times that I've really just made the decision that we're just going to commit here, right? We're going to commit to helping California. We're going to commit to helping out politically and electing candidates that help our uh, mission, causes, things that we stand for. And with that, it's, putting an office locally in California, committing to being here. And that's kind of the path forward. What that ultimately looks like and how we build it, we're going to find out with that, it's going to be. But on the level of commitment and this conversation, I wanted to go down the path of so many of you guys are more than likely, you're members of your chamber of commerce, you're sponsoring sports teams, right? Like the Pee Wee baseball, T-ball, soccer teams, whatever in your local community. Um, you're going to events, things like that need to be talked about. They need to be talked about very frequently because construction contractors are the guys that are sponsoring all these teams. They're making things happen in their community. They're giving um, really breadth and life into the community from sponsorships, from um, supporting the teams to being out, to being coaches, everything that goes into that. And I think things like this has to be talked about more often for guys and just giving a voice to say, hey, like not only are we employing people, not only are we bettering our community, but hey, we're also the ones that are donating the money for things to happen in our community. We're building soccer fields, donating money for maintenance, and putting a sign out about our business right on the t-ball field so that they can cut the grass every year, right? Like that's what it ultimately comes down to. Buying jerseys for kids. So all that kind of stuff that you guys do needs to be talked about in your community. Going to chamber events, going to any other local community mixers, figuring out how to build a team and coalition within your community for construction, what this looks like, how to help everybody in the industry. That's the types of things that are really going to help the entire industry get better, do more, and build it up. One of the things that I'm working on here locally is getting all the contractors in our area to just together to, help each other. Like, hey guys, here's, what we're doing. Here's, training that we're offering for guys. Here's how we can help. And really just coming with a helping hand. How do we, put training programs together to help everybody? What are the things that we can all do collectively together? How do we help build a lot of this stuff up? What do you guys need from just standard training that everybody can benefit from, right? All the smaller contractors here, whether it's like CPR, OSHA 30, stuff like that, where hey, we can collectively do this to not be such a burden on each firm individually, but kind of collectively buy and bargain some of these services, right? So what I'm doing this podcast on and what I want to convey to everybody is that the more you're able to get out in your community, the more that you're able to help folks, the more that you're able to show up at events. Um, I've seen in going to events, showing up at things, being a stalwart and a presence within tons of or within associations, and just being kind of a go-to guy has been super beneficial for me, for the company, for just promoting construction in general. And so all of you are your own ambassadors in your own communities, to promote the trades, to promote construction, to promote people getting into it. Again, whether they're going to go to work for your company as a plumber or a carpenter, or electrician, or millwright, or whatever it might be, architect, engineer. The the whole point here is that we together promote the entire industry, because some guy might come in as a drafter and want to be an electrician, or vice versa. They come in as an electrician and want to move to the BIM side. I've met many people that they come in, they were sheet metal guy, plumber, whatever, get into BIM, do that. Now they're teaching BIM training and on the technology side. So you have people going kind of both ways, if you will. We have to make that transition and that ability to go to either side of it, right? To become an electrician or a plumber or sheet metal guy, or to come to the technology side, pretty seamless. Again, they got to work, they got to earn it. So that's without, question that they have to be qualified for the position that they're doing, but at least that there's a path for them to make those transitions. And that's really what we want to give the guys the ability to, but also just the understanding and knowledge that, like, hey, this is a possibility. If you want to do sales, business development, these are pathways that you can take, marketing, to be within the construction industry, finance, right? There's all these roles, all these things that guys can do and be a part of. And we want to just continue to promote the industry as a whole, that hey, there's a lot in $1 trillion industry, and that's just commercial. You got another 750 billion on the residential side, right? Basically double the industry for residential. Like, there's a lot that you can do within this industry to help promote the trades, to again give people great paying, steady jobs. And I just want to be another voice in that whole message for you guys to, again, help promote things in your own community, sponsor the local T-ball jerseys or soccer jerseys or whatever, join the Chamber of Commerce. A lot of this stuff, like, I just sponsored 2 soccer teams, and their jerseys, again, our logo will be on it, all that kind of good stuff, but it's like $450 for 2 teams. Like, it was very cheap. Joining the chamber and their stuff for promotion, I think was $500 for the year. Like, so a lot of this stuff is fairly inexpensive. But it's just another way to give to the community, show up at events, be it board meetings, all that kind of stuff is going to be super helpful for you guys as you, go and win jobs, or just to be active and feel good about the things that's going on in your community. I've kind of sat on the sidelines for too long. We're not doing that anymore. So we're going to be more active within the community and doing things, and just doing our part, right? Giving back the most we can, and trying to help formulate and create programs to, again, just promote the trades. So we're doing our part. I hope you guys do yours too. Again, these are pretty small investments into, the community, the trades, and promoting, construction as a whole great industry. So that's my little 2 cents, guys, on getting involved. Again, same with your associations. There's a lot of folks, again, whether you're IBEW, sheet metal, SMACNA, right, Contractors Association, unions, IBEW, or ABC, whatever your union, trade association is, be involved, like, be active within those associations. Just paying dues, that's fine, but really, the more that you're involved, the more you're going to get out of it. And it's just going to be a whole net positive. The longer you do it and the more you're involved, the more you're helping folks. Not only will you feel good about everything, but a lot of business will ultimately come to you guys as well. So hopefully you take that to heart. and just get involved, be active, take the time. Something I really promote often is for guys to just get involved, show up, um, have your voice heard, attend those meetings. It's going to be super beneficial for you guys. And I hope that you do more of it to be active and involved within the communities and associations that you're a part of. So until next time, that's this episode of the Construction Corner Podcast.